We got our own Clika. Strong Clika.
Clika. Clika. Clika. That's all we got is Clika. Clika. Clika.
Can you respect?
All right, so we're back here on Clika Podcast at the Takeover at the Redwood Room in beautiful Maywood, California.
Clika Podcast Takeover.
Beautiful.
Right back.
All right, so we have someone in the house. What's your name?
Ayo. Call me Ayo.
Yayo.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Yeah.
All right, where can people find you on Instagram?
Ain't on Instagram.
You ain't on Instagram?
Ain't on Instagram.
You're real underground.
Yeah, real underground.
All right, so we were talking earlier, and you had a lot of good things to say, positive things about hip hop, and you had bad things to say as well about how everything's going right now in hip hop. So shoot the shit. Let me know what you think of the situation.
Yo, I mean, really, we got to get back to the state of what hip hop really is. You know, the art form of what hip hop really is. Like, and I think it starts in LA. I mean, that's all good. But I mean, back to that, I mean, LA is hip hop.
We're literally breaking the ice right now.
Yeah, we breaking ice.
All right, so you can't see what's going on here, but there's a lady breaking fucking ice in the back, so that's all that noise that's coming through. But when she's done, we will return to the podcast. Yeah, so come on, lady, hurry up. All right, she's almost done. There you go. All right, so we're back here. We're back here with Ayo.
Wait, was she the ice queen?
Yeah, she was.
So we're back with Ayo.
But it's just saying, like, we got to get back to the state of what hip hop really is. It's really art. It's really art, and I don't feel like anybody's painting pictures anymore. Nobody has anything to say anymore. It's all about, the diamonds, the women, the cars, and that, and everybody love that. Being at the end of the day, everybody wants something, everybody needs something. But then what happens, when you really think about what happens in your head, in your mind, what you think about when you go to sleep at night? Yeah. What do you think about when you think about your family? What do they need? What do they want at the end of the day? It's not step away from your wants and your needs and your desires, because those things you need. Those are your ambitions, the things that you drive for, the things you need to go after. You know what I'm saying? And everybody needs that, something to wake up to you, and you roll out of bed and say, I need to go after that.
And you know what? That's real talk.
Yeah.
That's real talk. Let me spit something at you here. Now, we all have our own opinions of hip hop, and depending where you grew up, you listen to certain things, right? I grew up with the East Coast shit, and I grew up with the West Coast shit.
Yeah.
About 9, 10, 11 years old, I kind of got introduced to everything kind of simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Going back to what I grew up with, and the message that was being delivered to me by like Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, fucking LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys, all that shit. And then fast forward to now, 25, almost 30 years later, and then I hear Drake, I hear Kendrick Lamar, I hear all these new guys, and you know what?
Dump this shit on her farm.
No, he's talking about that mumble rap.
Yeah, that shit don't resonate with me. You know what I mean? For me, like NWA, what you're saying is what NWA told me when I was a little kid. Speaking straight from the streets, all the shit that was going on, all the shit that everybody was dealing with, all the angst, all the frustration, that spoke to me.
Yeah.
All this new shit doesn't speak to me. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's like, maybe it's lost its essence. Back in the day, it was about like what you really wanted. What you was driving to go after and go get. Now it's all about go chase this. This is what you want. You don't have the choice to really say, okay, I'm gonna choose if I want to be a rapper, if I want to be a doctor, if I want to be a basketball player, if that young girl want to be that model, or if she wants to go a different route. Now, Cardi B tells them, do this. You know, you got the next rapper telling them, do this. And that's all they know. And I'm saying it's time that you offer them a different route. Tell a kid they can go a different route and they can still succeed. Tell that person they can do something else and they still can succeed and be just as successful. They can still have those 6-7 figures and you don't have to sell out. You don't need to sell your soul. Maybe Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, Nip, Neighborhood. It's saying that look how the route that Nip went. You know, he didn't sell out. He didn't sell his masters. He stayed in the hood. And even more so, it was like, yo, I'm not going to succumb to the hood. I'm not going to let the hood take me. Even more so, everything that I do is going to spill over to the hood. Now the hood is going to understand my message. We went through this. We had strife. We had violence. We had pain. And we didn't understand why we were going through it. And now we understand why we felt pain. We needed the pain because we needed to grow. But now we're growing. It's like a woman that's pregnant and she's 6 months pregnant. Now she's gone through the first trimester, the second trimester. Now she's realizing, now she feels that baby in her stomach. Now she feels the love. We're going through the growing pain, so feel the love right now. And let's step away from the hate, because the hate is gonna come, and it's gonna come in many forms. It might come in the form of God, baby. It might come in the form of the police. It might come in a different form, but let's step away from the hate and realize that it's coming, because it's been coming for a long time.
So let me ask you this, and I asked this of several of the hip hop artists that we've had here. East Coast, West Coast, you know, that shit is all fucking crazy and shit. How the whole
politics
stuff,
and bullshit.
Yeah, how all of that shit fucking blew up. But musically, what entices you? What has influenced you more? Do you lean more towards the East Coast or more towards the West Coast, or a blend of both, or what?
It really doesn't matter, brother. It doesn't matter whether it's East Coast, West Coast,
for
Midwest.
me, it was like,
But
it really doesn't matter.
But I'm talking about musically.
No, I hear what you're saying, but for me, I don't care what kind of music, what genre, whatever. To me, it's about a message. It's about the content. What are you talking about? I don't care if you're talking country. I don't care what genre you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, rock, R&B, anything. What are you talking about?
What's your message?
Yeah, what's the message?
What are you giving the people to motivate and keep their hope alive?
Yeah.
Hey man, I like your voice. You sound like Barry White.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Sexy right there.
All right.
Yeah, and you know what?
Going back to what he said.
All right,
Hold on, just give me 1 second. Going back to what he said, I don't know if hip hop has ever experienced it, because since the inception of hip hop, they've been winning since the inception. You know, it's just gotten better, and better. True. And all genres of music go through a dark period, be it rock, be it country music, whatever. And I think that honestly, and not taking away from any of the artists, because it's all about respect and love on this podcast. So I don't like saying very much negative things about anyone.
Word.
However, having said that, you know, I just think that they're not in touch with the music more than they are in touch with
They haven't did the homework, yo.
They didn't.
That's the problem. These kids are just getting paid.
You know,
they don't even know what they're really ruining.
And you know,
the culture.
Dark period, I think.
And you know what? You also have to think about, why are artists like Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, LL Cool J, all these old school artists still in the mix, still in the game?
Because what they're doing is right here on my chest. Hip hop for the people. They're doing it for the people.
All right.
It's not for a paycheck. It's to keep the people relevant of what's not being told for real.
And you know what? They've been consistent with delivering that message. All this mumble stuff and
What are they talking about?
It does nothing for me.
No concept and no depth.
Yeah, and you know what?
Just wasting their
You
breath.
know what? And you know what? You got to think about groups like Public Enemy. Okay? I mean, if anybody delivered a message the way it needed to be delivered, it was Public Enemy. I mean, no fucking
Without
doubt.
a question.
You know what I'm saying?
Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe Called Quest, yeah.
NWA.
I mean,
East Coast, West Coast. It
I
doesn't
feel
matter.
all that, but really, at the end of the day, right now, who has the heartbeat of music? You know what I'm saying? Who has their hand on music? The youth, the Migos,
Very.
the younger groups. You know, young
It's their
Yachty
time.
and these cats, and it's their time, right?
We not hating on that.
My thing, no, it's not hating. It's saying this. Now I'm asking them to step up because they have the youth's ear.
Right.
Everything that they do, everything that they wear, if they got dreads and they dye them pink and they red, or if they
Whatever.
dress like a woman, put on leather and this or anything weird,
Everybody gonna do
the
it.
kids is gonna do it.
Absolutely right.
You,
Yeah.
They have that following right now.
68 years old and you got a skateboard and a backpack. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do. So they have to know this, understand what they say. With great power comes great responsibility, right?
And they're basically what you
That's
saying.
Spider-Man right there.
You
They're-
have to understand like the power you've been given, the platform you're on.
What he's
To be able
saying to
say,
y'all is, you have to do better with what you're presenting, because you're supposed to be taking it to the next level, not degrading it, but uplifting it, redefining it, so that people know what's real. There's a big difference between hip hop and this commercial rap bubblegum shit. No disrespect, but these kids, they gotta do their homework and give respect to the pioneers. It is what it is.
You know what? Your voice is the shit.
Hey, that's what I said.
And you know what?
Right.
Let me. You know, you are taking me back. You are taking me back to Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate Rain. The camera, I will see the light.
Respect. Bless up. Bless up.
Wait. So,
That shit made me cry.
Hey, the Barry White of hip hop.
so back to the reason that I got Ayo here to speak on the podcast is because he came to me very passionately and told me that
Oh yeah, he got passion.
he feels hip hop lost its true essence.
It did.
It lost its passion. It lost its heart.
I agree.
You gotta be honest. We keep it 1,000. We don't do 100.
Hip hop is no longer currently art. It's lost the form of its art, and now it's just about getting bills stacked and getting those chains, getting those cars, getting those girls.
No doubt.
We was out here painting pictures. We was telling stories that if you've never seen this before, if you've never walked down these streets before, if you've never seen Normandy and King, if you've never seen Slauson and Crenshaw, if you've never been
Going
on
to
Manchester
Normandy.
and Western,
You ain't been in
never
it. Going
been
to
in
Normandy.
you ain't never seen this shit. You can turn on that CD, you can put that tape in your tape deck.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
See the picture.
And for at least 50
Visualize.
minutes, you walked in my shoes. You walked in my big homie shoes. You walked in my little homie shoes. You walked in my tiny low shoes. You walked in one of our shoes and you seen this shit. You felt our pain. And
The
even
real
more
struggle.
so, it was so real to you. It was so real too, and it struck a note that you had to be a part of it. You had to understand. You had to know, why would you live that lifestyle?
Whether it was black
took
or
you
brown.
there? Black, brown,
El movimiento de
white.
africanos y chicanos.
No. You wanted to know, why did you have to walk this path?
Yeah.
We didn't get an option.
Wasn't chosen.
There
It wasn't
was
chosen.
no option.
No, it
It was
wasn't
chosen for us.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. And you speak about a lot of things that are relevant and what's going on, but a lot of people are choosing to ignore it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And that's the problem. But whose job do you think it is to teach these kids that there's a better way to their music?
It's our
This
job.
brother right
It's
here.
our job.
This
Black and
brother
brown
right here,
movement,
this
we
brother right
doing it.
here, This
It's
sister
our
right
job.
here. This brother right here. That brother right there.
It's
this
all of
brother
our
right
job.
here. It's all of our
Like,
jobs.
You know
brother.
what? Talking about
The village.
Listen to you guys that both you cats are right. This guy over here was talking about engineers, country, rap, rock.
It's music.
We're talking about art. Art is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yes, sir.
The best teacher of life is life experience.
No doubt.
And all these young cats coming out these days, you know what? If they're gonna be up there posting for us because they're young, like you said, these are the years of new generation. They have to set an example.
Yes.
And all that fucking hate,
You gotta be
all that
accountable.
negativity that's coming down, all that fucking shit with Trump and all that negativity. All you gotta do is love.
Yeah.
We'll move forward.
it.
We'll move ahead.
Yeah.
We'll be
So-
on top of the world.
Yo, follow me on Instagram,
Square
Maverick
biz.
One.
Square
If
biz.
you woke today, my motto is smile. Smile,
biz.
motherfucker.
Smile every day.
Because
Square biz.
somebody didn't wake up today.
It's all love.
In
That's
the Bible, it says, you fight with your fingers. Whether I point my fingers at any one of you, whether I try to poke any one of you with my fingers, you fight with those fingers. But we war with our fists.
Right.
And the only way we can war together is when we put those fingers together as a fist, as one, united.
Strength in numbers.
That's
right.
Revolution.
Strength in numbers.
There's a lot of revolution.
And you know
and
what?
all that, and all that.
And you know what? I dedicate this podcast to third base because pop goes the weasel and the weasel go pop.
And it go pop.
Yes, sir. We've been had the eye on the weasel. He think he doing something, but he not.
That's right.
And that's the whole point of why we pay homage to Nipsey Hussle.
Much respect to
Because
the
he
Clika
didn't give the
Podcast.
weasel a chance.
Speaking on that note,
Sneaky Entertainment,
Speaking
Black
on
and
that
Brown
note,
Movement.
we
all
went
that.
ahead and we just lost Nipsey Hussle, and you were speaking about that earlier.
Yeah, like I say, RP, Nip.
Yes, sir.
It hit home to us. Yeah, to me personally, it hit home harder than Pac.
Bless in
Because
heaven.
the Pac wasn't a hometown product.
No, he wasn't.
Right?
You know what I mean? And
Between New York,
Pac
Oakland.
came here and he meant a lot. And a lot of people is gonna feel some type of way about it.
But so
Like
what?
I said, how I feel is Nip walked the same streets as me.
Yeah.
Nip, I really knew. We really knew Nip.
Nip seen
was
people bleed and
from
die
here.
in these streets.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, he was from here.
Exactly.
Right? Where I don't feel Pac had as
He
much
wasn't
as
a native. That's what he's
He
saying.
wasn't a native, and it's like I said, no disrespect.
He was more unreachable. He was like a person that you would expect
okay.
to meet.
A little more universal.
I think Pac was more so like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He was more so like, you know, that urban legend you hear of, like the big. It's Pac, and everybody ready to pass out like Michael Jackson and shit.
But you couldn't relate to him.
But you couldn't relate to him. Nip was more that nigga you seen on Slauson and Crenshaw, and he was pulling out
When
that
he
big
was a
body.
young kid.
When he looked at you through up that neighborhood, and this is my nigga Nip.
Slauson boy, he was representing.
didn't let
He
the
always
money
kept
get
it
to his
real.
head, no nothing. He stayed grounded.
Yeah, you're like, I just seen him at the burger spot.
You just
Chilling.
seen him at the chicken spot,
Yeah.
at the, you know what I'm saying, and he was like you said, just so accessible, just so much the people's champ,
Humble.
you know, and that's what hit Los Angeles so hard.
The marathon
You
continues.
know, the marathon is forever gonna continue. You know what I mean? Forever. It's forever because what his legacy did, how it spread through Los Angeles, how it's gonna pump through people's veins forever.
It woke up the whole community, all the communities as well.
Inspired people.
It's really sad that it had to be a sacrifice for that movement to spark.
Right.
But it's necessary because everything
It's the
is
burning
a
bush.
sacrifice. Everything is literally
It's the burning bush.
that Jesus died at age 33.
Hey, from Moses, the
But
burning
remember,
bush.
when one
It
dies,
took
there's three
the burning
born.
bush for Moses to get the for God to get the attention of Moses. It took the burning bush.
And when there's one death, there's three reborn. So
Hip hop has to come back. It has to wake back up. It has to realize where it's at right now and know that what it once was with b-boy and this and all that and pop locking and breakdancing and beatboxing and every art form that it once had, now it has diminished and it has broken down to no more than
berating of our females.
we disrespecting our women, and it's nothing more about who has the biggest diamonds and most money in his pocket. Now your lyrics don't mean shit.
It's industry
Now your art
bullshit. It
doesn't
is what it
mean shit.
is.
Now sitting at my mama's table table for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours until the sun come up. Writing verses don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It means nothing anymore. We have to bring hip hop.
There's no writing
I
ciphers
want to
anymore.
see real hip hop back.
Yeah.
Coming back to like my experience with hip hop, one of my favorites was KRS-One.
Oh, that's my man.
Boogie Down, Boogie Down Productions, motherfucker.
By all means necessary.
Zulu Nation.
I went out to go see him at a show. He charged $5.
$5.
We was
to get
there.
into the show.
I was
We
there
was
at
there.
that
It
show.
was at the observatory.
We was there.
All right.
At both his
He
shows.
fucking told everybody, I want to see the B-boys get up on stage and
2-hour
break
show.
All
for $5.
ages.
2-hour show.
You saw variation of
That's real
ages
shit
and
right
cultures
there. Hell yeah.
of
Real
b-boys
shit.
at
That
the
was true
stage.
hip hop, and you know the essence of appreciating
Hey,
your fans and
how-
being there for them,
how
and
about
spreading
that
the
song?
message without needing the money. And after the fact, he kept going and going and rapping, and you know
How
they
about
told
that
him you
song
need to
about
close out the show.
immigration, though?
I was about to say.
But they told him, you need to close out the show. Your time is done. And
He was like, nah,
"Fuck
nah,
this place."
fuck
He's like,
that.
I'll pay you guys for going over my time.
How
I
about
don't
it-
care if I don't get paid. And he
Yo,
did that shit.
and
How
kept
about this song?
rocking.
Closed the fucking house down.
How about his song about immigration?
Yeah, remember
A
when he,
song that was dedicated to the Mexican people, you know what I'm saying? The Latinos, the brown people of LA, you know what I'm saying?
knowing the history.
I mean, he wrote a song about us, you know what I'm saying? And he spit that shit in his show, his 2-hour show, you know what I'm saying? Much
Don't-
respect to KRS-One.
Going back to all
Bless
that,
up.
though, I don't think that we need to continue with the old school. I think we need to evolve, but evolve in
Blended.
a progressive and positive way where you can reach these youth because they're listening to you.
Yeah.
But I just think it's in its it's infancy again. You know, it's starting again, and when you build something up, you gotta break it down.
Right.
True.
You gotta destroy it to make it grow again.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Reframe it.
I think that's the state of hip hop today. You know, they're trying different stuff, and something that we see that's so trivial, and what these kids are doing, they're annoying. Maybe it'll become something else. You know, something that wow, that's great.
I
And
agree.
look, brother, we're the Black and Brown movement, and we believe that civilization began in Africa.
Through the migration, arrived at our salon. From east to west, makes us all people of the sun. 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, 500 years of resistance. The few things we retain through bravery and persistence. The gospel, the culture, and the music. We are one.
Basically what it is, you know what I'm saying, these people don't want to see the blending of these cultures, the blending of these genres, the blending of, you know what I'm saying, political ideals, whatever it is. You know, we started out separated from the east to the west, from the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun. But there's too many similarities than there are differences.
Too many.
And there's too many of us in population and in numbers.
But people don't want to hear that.
No,
I mean,
not at
They don't
all.
have a choice. Ask Abuelita why she's so dark-skinned. It's time for people to stop ignoring fucking what's sitting in your face.
Yeah.
No more smoking mirrors. Come on. That's the bottom line.
Because if-
Everybody, all my brothers right here, you guys are all 10% genetically black. By genetics.
That's the motherland.
Chicano studies, African American studies. I was fucked up. I've been knew it, but then it got confirmation, so I'm looking at my folks like, we gotta stop this ignorance. Folks assimilating to America, which is Euro-America, built by Europeans on the backs of our ancestors.
French and the Spanish.
So it's time that we not be afraid to tell the truth to those that are acting like they don't know. That's the real problem.
Cheers to that shit.
Our ancestors know the truth, but they acting like they don't know. So it's time that we represent what's real. And that's the bottom line. It's not happening. The government has no choice but to respect the existence of black and brown. We are overpopulation. We run this motherfucker. Without us, it's black and white, like my man signed. No disrespect, but it's no flavor. The difference between black and brown is some seasonings. That's it. A couple fucking seasonings. We are the same. We all like each other's shit. So what is the confrontation still going around amongst our community?
And
The politicians are poisoning the brain.
Yes, the answer to that is the government. They want to keep us separated because if we unite ourselves, they can't stop us. So they need to create division to keep us has a lower power. And on that, we're gonna end this segment of La Clika Podcast. Thank you all for coming out. If you want to say your name,
Thank you for having the Black and Brown
Black and
Movement.
Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Black Brown Movement 88, all one word, all lowercase on YouTube. We support La Clika Podcast. We support Shneaky Entertainment. We support anything underground. Check out our fucking webpage.
Artists
Check out La
United
Clika.
to End
Support,
Homelessness.
brother. Between Black and Brown, support.
We'll talk a little bit off.
yeah. And
No doubt.
we want to thank Ayo for being on the podcast.
My
today.
brother, Ayo.
He got down, he's a really deep person.
Oh, yeah, this
He
shit's
knows
real
his
with
shit
us.
right there. He's real. And it's not only that he's real, but he's very open
Passionate.
to everything, passionate.
That's what we lack in our society, being open. Too many people want to be with a facade.
Yeah,
We
and
don't do that.
That's the thing about that's also the current.
We don't do that.
That's the current thing in hip hop right now. They try to tell you how to live this crazy lavish life, but it's a facade. You can never get and obtain that.
No doubt.
You know, back then hip hop was about, I sell drugs, I do this to support my family, and it was real shit.
That's it.
It was real
We
shit.
wasn't doing it for glamour and
Really, go
glitz.
back
Yeah.
to the beginning. They
It
were
was
in
for
New
fucking
York.
survival.
They're
Yeah,
at the park.
exactly.
Like my man said initially, we didn't have a fucking option.
Like Biggie
They just
said.
wanted to party in the park.
Selling to feed your child.
But like Biggie said, that his neighbors would call the fucking cops.
Been
when he was
there.
just trying to feed his fucking kid.
All right, check this shit out. It's today, the 12th, right? In 8 more days, it's my 29th anniversary to be allowed to speak to you, brothers. I live with Biggie spoke. The police called the police. The neighbors called the police on me. But when I survived getting shot, first I got shot 13 times.
Oh man.
So Pac and 50 ain't shit on me. But I don't glorify that shit. I glorify life.
immortal.
I glorify life in a different aspect. And it's the message and testimony about the Almighty Creator, the Lord and Savior, that protected my life. And by me believing in that, why I'm here amongst you brothers today. You know what I'm saying? So the real point is, people got to understand, you have a choice. You can choose the light or you can choose the dark. It breaks down to simplicity. I celebrate literally on 4/20, my 29th anniversary, my second day of life, that Jesus blessed me. I just celebrated 49 years on the 3rd of February, 3 days before Bob Marley. My presence, I know. I'm doing what I'm doing. My brothers, we united. We doing this Black and Brown Movement thing. The United Artists, United to End Homelessness, my Clika Podcast, Shneaky Entertainment, because it's about this culture. I created hip hop for the people, for the people, hip hop for the people, hip hop for the people. In reverse, hip hop spells people.
Just like you said, it's about
Without the people, there's no culture.
it's about choosing, the darkness and choosing the light. When he said earlier, and that spoke to me, he said people want to go to heaven, but at the same time they're looking towards hell.
Because they don't want to change.
Exactly.
Ice Cube said the best
That
of
came
his
from
2000,
Ayo right there.
his 2008
Deep
album.
motherfucker right here.
I don't remember the title of it, but if you remember one of the songs, he said, how do you expect to change your reality if you can't change your mentality?
You can't. Hey, you
That's the
took
problem
it.
in our community.
Yo, you took it out my mouth because deeper than that, they let hell be an option. Hell is an option for them. If you know where you want to go, if you know where you want to be. If I know I'm walking through that door right now, I'm walking through that door. There's no other option. I know what I want to do. If I want to go to heaven, then hell is not an option. Of course. So everything you do, everything you think, let that be your thoughts. You know where you want to go. You know your direction. Don't let shit sidetrack you. You won't get sidetracked. Well, things will try to because there'll be obstacles.
You know what those are called? They're called potholes and speed bumps in life.
Holes and speed bumps all up and down Western and Slauson.
You gotta keep rolling, maneuver,
Swear them bitches and keep on going.
keep dipping.
What?
You gotta submit a claim form to the city. So
Oh yeah, you can get paid for that shit, for real.
Hey, that's
Hey,
the bullshit.
Domino's
We pay our
got some
taxes, right?
shit.
There should be no potholes.
Domino's got some shit
Yeah,
out
if they
where
hit
if
a-
you call them,
They fix the
they'll
pothole.
fix the name finna fix shit.
Yeah,
No, but you can literally,
They fix potholes now.
hey,
They come
Domino's.
thinking they come to
Call-
Vermont.
Domino's
Call the
stepping
city.
up and the motherfucker fixing
Hey, don't
potholes.
tell me they ain't finna fix shit.
Hey, call the city for real, I'm telling you. You call downtown to the city claim
Submit that claim
department
form.
and tell them you need a claim form to file against the city. They're gonna be like, for what? It damaged my vehicle, my
Hey,
tire,
hey.
I had to do wheel line. It's legitimate and they gotta pay for that
Tell them
shit.
AO sent you. Do that. Tell them AO sent you.
Shit.
Going back to the ignorance and all that of today's youth, it's not their fault.
No, it's not.
See, I mean, the game is called Divide and
And conquer.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we need more people to wake up the youth. And not only that, wake up their parents. And not only that, wake up their neighbors.
Yes,
you know
sir.
What I'm saying? One by one. It's a contact sport. Or you
Get them out
contact-
the matrix, brother.
Yeah, get them out of the matrix. Unplug them. 'Cause that's
Unplug.
It's a problem.
For real.
Because, I mean, people are asleep now.
They are.
Goodness
They
gracious.
have been.
And they didn't know they were asleep. I mean, it happened so slowly.
It ain't even a snooze button. They got plugs in their ears and they don't even hear the fucking alarm.
The water
They got the
cold
red pill
hot.
and they never knew.
And
it.
then they didn't
Hey, yo.
realize it.
Check this out, man. I feel hip hop is colorblind. You feel me? When you hear somebody dope,
Real
you
talk.
hear somebody ill, the
It
first
doesn't
thing
ma-
I'm gonna
yeah, it
mind,
doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck if he white. I don't fuck if he black.
Look at
I
El
don't give a
Scatter.
fuck if he's
El
Indian.
Scatterbrain, Northeast LA.
The whole crew,
All I know
numerous,
is
the whole
that
crew.
nigga dope and he got bars.
Eminem.
That is what hip
Yeah.
hop does to you. Because this world wants you to pay attention to color. It wants you to say that this person's dark, this person's light, or whatever the color spectrum is. This is what it does. And what hip hop says is that person got bars and he dope, and on the totem pole he'll chew you the fuck up. And that's all what matters in our world.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
what matters in hip hop. How hot is you? And your
It's what my
degree of
brother
the shit you
said.
can spit.
Divide and conquer.
No, but you can't divide us in hip hop.
We need to give her a
That's
chance.
the shit about it.
No, I'm
In
saying
hip-hop,
that's
you
what the
can't
industry
divide it.
does. That's what the industry
But the
does.
fuck
They
the
have,
industry.
yeah, they
Right,
have divided.
exactly.
They have divided what hip hop is, and the 2000 era
Oh boy.
painted the picture of hip hop as money, jewels, and success.
Nobody paid attention to
From a
the.
DJ.
They didn't pay attention to the Roots video. Never do what they do.
Right, yeah, what they do.
It's the problem. The people ain't paid attention. It's like we was talking about it today. Boys in the Hood. Lawrence Fishburne stood right there on top of that hill in our neighborhood where we grew up, talking about gentrification.
Yeah.
Here we are, 2019. We're fighting gentrification because nobody's fucking paying
It's
attention.
happening. It's happening right now. It's happening
Hey,
right
yo.
now.
Hey,
Well, there
I
are
was-
people. Yeah.
I was not to cut you, nigga.
No.
I remember, but look, I'm 12 years old and I'm going to Folkshay Learning Center.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Mount Vernon.
Western and King, baby. Western and
I
King.
used to walk up and down them railroad
O'Shea was
tracks.
dangerous.
Before it was the exposition line, that shit was running. I
Right.
used to walk up and down them tracks and pick up the rocks that used to be there. and
Throwing
throw 'em at
them.
each other and shit, and all cars passing.
Old
and shit,
school.
We throwing rocks, right? And it was this old dude. He told me it's gonna be a train running through there, youngin'. And I was like, man, we ain't worried about fuck what you talking about, nigga. We throwing rocks, right? Flash
Being
forward,
kids.
32 years old. It's an exposition line running up and down this motherfucker. But even more so, you're seeing back in the day when you used to see Christmas tree lights and this shit.
A whole lot of tree
The
lights.
whole hood is changing up, and it's not saying the growth is bad,
But we're not being included
but we're not being included in this growth.
in our community.
Now we're being pushed out to Palmdale, and we being pushed out to Lancaster, and we're being
Fucking
pushed out to
Barstow.
here, and you're being tricked with the names because it says Palmdale and it says Lancaster.
And there's Dust Bowl.
That shit
Riverside.
sound like some WWF event, Lancaster. You know what I'm saying? Where fuck all that shit. We need to stay where we and Nip said, nigga, we here. This is our shit.
And we
Yeah.
fighting
And
for it.
it's the Monopoly board. This is where most people got shit fucked up. When we started playing Monopoly, you learned that you had to own 3 of everything, right? But
Word.
we could have put an apartment or a
Unless it was the
hotel.
low income shit and you only had to have 2.
Oh no, you only
The
had to
first
have
2 around the block.
You remember the first 2 around the block? It was
That was our hoods.
The Brown. The Brown.
Baltic Avenue.
St. Charles
And-
Place,
and
something like that.
It was Baltic
Hey,
Avenue.
look, there's only a few.
No, it was Baltic Avenue and what's the other fucking
It was Baltic
the
for
brown
sure.
ones, yeah.
And,
But look, there's only a few. There's only a few that have the resources to, buy up the property that's needed to basically objectify gentrification.
Block they shit.
Right. So they've started that effort, and those who don't have the resources, okay, that's fine. Guess what?
Yeah.
If we get together, it's about numbers. When you talk about credit, when you talk about down payments, when you talk about whatever's needed to avoid this gentrification.
They have to be more involved with like this group on Jefferson right before Arlington. Their location is called Solidarity. They're fighting to get these abandoned properties and shit distributed
We just gotta
properly
get together
to the homeless
Shout
and
out to
shit.
them.
We cannot be the fingers trying to fight and point and poke. We need to be the fists that come together and
we got
fight
to.
and war.
We got to.
That's
We got to
what we gotta
unify.
be.
We got to come together and
We
do
might
that.
not
Like-
have the resources that some of these other
Hey,
people have.
like Clika, we just need y'all to understand this. Our real mission right now for our community and our youth is youth centers. We've been trying for 20 plus years to open up units, to open up youth centers
You know what?
around our communities and our states
All I
and
want
countries.
to do is ask everybody to get behind each other. You see anybody pushing, anybody striving, anybody trying to get to the next level, get behind them. Get behind them because everybody needs somebody, some type of motivation.
El movimiento de africanos y chicanos.
Yo,
Black and Brown Movement,
This is hip hop.
IMC.
This is hip hop. This is hip hop for the people.
That's what it's about.
This is the essence.
Without the people, there is no culture. That's not color.
Yeah,
That's what people are fucking missing. There's no color line in hip hop.
Let me tell you something.
yeah, that's true, man.
Hip hop. We see we can and like I said, through our verses we paint pictures.
Yes, sir.
And even more so people can dress themselves hip hop and they can talk to hip hop, but at the same time we listen to hip hop and hip hop is vibration. It's just like sound waves. It's like the light we see. Everything is waves. It's things we feel. Right? It's all energy.
It's what truly resonates within us.
I'm asking my city. I'm asking everybody I know. I'm asking everybody I don't
Your
know.
baseball?
I'm asking for everybody with a beer in their hand. Everybody without a beer in their hand. Everybody with problems. Everybody with stress. Everybody who loves hip hop. Everybody who don't love hip hop. Everybody that's gonna love hip hop.
Human beings is what he's saying. Human beings. Let's
so-
stand up and fight.
So I challenge, this is DJ Early, I challenge the artists out there who feel they have to rhyme about objectifying women
Nonsense.
or
Excuse me.
drugs, selling them, taking them, who have to rhyme about guns and portray that and feel like they have to do that to sell records. There's another way. People
Yes,
want
sir.
to hear good music, no matter what.
Yes,
they
sir.
want to hear something they can connect with. And if you're putting your heart and soul on vinyl, now if you're somebody like Nipsey who came from that life and you're putting your heart and soul, you're going to talk about that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
But he
did not
turned
glorify it.
And he did not glorify it, and he took his actions further beyond the music. But with Start, I want to say we could start with the music because
It's a building bridge.
it's something that everybody gets exposed to, and if we flood the market with positivity in the music and putting your heart and soul, it doesn't even have to be positive necessarily, even like that. But I want
Some type of
people to talk
consciousness.
about what's from their heart, from their soul, and I guarantee you that's going to be better music than anything on the radio right now, and people are going to want it because they're going to have a connection with it because they have been there too.
Tell them what's real, DJ Early.
Because everybody can connect on some level with a personal, real story. No
That's
matter
it.
what. No matter where you come from, you can feel real emotion.
Because
You can
everybody's
feel
been
real
through a
truth.
struggle.
So
Early.
yeah.
Early.
Early.
So that's my challenge to the artists.
Big
That
ups.
truth. bring the realness, bring your heart and soul, and us DJs will spin it.
No more bubblegum bullshit.
No more talking
You don't
about.
have to
No
do
more
that. You don't
gimmicks.
have to do that
Yeah.
yourself.
No more gimmicks.
No more talking about money you don't even have yet.
No more gimmicks.
Because the object is not being on the radio anymore anyway. That's not how you're really connecting with people. You're connecting with people by out there selling your mixtapes or whatever. Or now you could get it online. You can get your video online, and you can get connect to all kinds of people through your visuals. So you don't have to be on the radio, and you don't have to talk about that stuff. And that's not what people want to hear. I don't believe.
We're supposed to uplift and give people hope.
Shit from a DJ, and the DJ, hey,
Without the DJ, ain't no motherfucking party, baby.
The DJ is the streets, because the DJ know what the people want to hear.
Yo, so you
Say that again.
And when it really comes down to it, the realest motherfuckers out there in hip hop have no fucking radio play.
Say that again.
They have no fucking radio play.
Yo, so with that being said, go cop Birth of a Movement by the Black and Brown Movement on all your internet platforms.
I think
One more time, no.
And
one
they're
more
out there
time.
touring.
Birth
Support them.
of
Buy
a
their CD
Movement
at the show.
by Black and Brown Movement on all your internet store platforms. Tidal, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit. You can stream it if you want to. We ain't tripping. Spotify. It's all about the supporting the real. Understand, you love Public Enemy, you love KRS-One, you love Rage Against the Machine, you love Nipsey. We got a little bit of all that shit for you, because we live that life too. Understand, but survivals of the fittest, baby, and that's the realest. So understand what hip hop really is. It's real stories, not his story, but the true story. So all you bubblegum motherfuckers, your time is up. You've been served. Get ready for the real hip hop for the people. Black and Brown Movement, Black and Brown Radio Podcast, the Clika Podcast, and all you fake motherfucking MCs, Kiss Mad Verbal Ones, Black and Brown Movement, La Clika, Shneaky Entertainment, Darkside representing the Northeast 9042's ass. What's up?
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't find a better way to end this podcast than that. You know, props to you. You know your shit, and I'm glad to have every one of you guys here on the podcast. And
Thanks for having us. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for all being here. And
Peace,
each one of you
LA,
just give a shout out. Let's do a little roll call. Who we got in the house? You gotta talk into the mic. Go ahead.
Can't hear you, bro.
I said it's there from Philly, you already know.
All right.
See what I'm saying? That's our East Coast brother.
All right, that's
You know what I'm
good,
saying?
that's good.
I'm Mad Verbals One, the mad scientist, the Black and Brown Movement, Black and Brown Radio Podcast, hip hop for the people, positive minded apparel, positive minded attitude. Smile, motherfuckers. Mad Verbals One on Instagram. Follow me for that conscious everyday upliftment.
Yo, my name is Brandon Bradford.
It's Double B.
Up in the house, you know what I'm saying? Back with the Black and Brown Movement, you know what I'm saying? You know, originators up in
Yes,
this
sir.
piece. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this thing. Glad to be back. And you know what I'm saying? Just keeping this movement pushing, you know what I'm saying?
You can spit your Instagram if you want anybody to go follow
Absolutely. You know, I really don't have an Instagram, but you can follow me on Facebook though. Brandon Bradford, man. Hit me up. You know, I'm on
Double
there
B.
all day, every day. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you can follow him with the Black and Brown Movement,
Yeah,
hip hop
follow
for the
me there.
people.
I'm right there. For sure.
you. Over here.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ Early. I rock with the crew called the Innosovians.
Respect.
We do a radio show called the Unseen Legion Radio Show.
Yes, respect.
And, I also rock with the Fleet DJs. It's a worldwide Fleet DJ crew. We got about 400 DJs.
Word.
And
When's your next venue with that? I want to be there.
you know, most of our DJs are out on the East Coast and in the South. You know, so I'm one of the assistant managers here in the West Coast, and I'm just trying to build the West Coast, looking for more DJs to join the movement. We got DJs on the radio. We got DJs on all different platforms. We got producers. We got models. We got photographers. We got all that lined up. But yeah, that's the crew. So I also have music online. If you want to check it out, it's DJ Earl-E, EARL-E on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you can find your music. It's there. Me and my man Pros got an album out right now. So just go check that out.
Respect to DJ Earl, folks.
Man, respect.
Without the DJ, there ain't no party.
Hey,
You already know.
Hey yo!
Hey, yo. All right.
Hey, yo.
All right.
My day by, you know, it's real LA. It's real LA. We in a bad state, but we gonna be green. We gonna be all good. I appreciate your time. I appreciate y'all ears. You know.
Thanks for having us, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us. Thank
Hey.
y'all for being here. This concludes the segment of La Clika Podcast. One more word.
Clika.
La Clika.
La Clika, representing in the Redwood room in Maywood, Shneaky Entertainment, Black and Brown Radio Podcast. Right now, if y'all ain't here, y'all need to be here. Northeast Representative 90042, Dark Side. Come check out some real hip hop, folks. One love, La Clika. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Clika, bitch.
Get it good.